Hey, happy Friday everyone! Welcome to the Bowtie Breakdown. Today I'm going to rely pretty heavily on my architecture background from Roger Williams University because we're going to do a little deep dive into two different residential construction methods. We're going to visit the old school method of balloon framing construction, and then we're going to touch on the more modern technique of the platform framing construction. So the balloon framing construction is very old. It's actually not even used anymore today. I believe they stopped using it around like the 1920s, 1930s. This was very popular back in the day. In balloon framing construction, you will find the studs or sticks sitting on the sill plate, which in turn sits on top of the foundation. From this sill plate, the studs rise up to the top of the walls and all the way through the second floor to the bottom of the roof structure and or roof rafters. With these studs extending so high, the second floor is constructed a little bit differently than we see in a platform or staging setup. In this case, we see the joists are set on ribbon rafters that run across. Those ribbon rafters are connected to the wall or studs and supported by columns and or beams, and the weight of that is distributed to the side walls and down to the foundation, carrying the load of the house. If there's a fire, what's going to happen with those large members? You guessed it. That fire is going to spread pretty quickly. Not only the potential risk for fire, but if you couple that with the large size of the construction members, the posts and beams, and the size that they needed to be, it became very labor intensive and very expensive for these construction companies to build these homes. So they had to look for other methods. And that's what made the platform framing construction born. Around the 1930s, early 40s, platform framing construction became very prevalent and very popular, especially in the United States. Platform framing has pretty much become the standard, the industry standard even today. You see houses and buildings built using wood construction and or steel framing construction, metal studs, they use those as well. Just like in balloon framing, studs, joists, posts and beams are still used, but rather than the balloon framing method where the stud connects to the foundation and runs up the entire side of the house all the way up to the roof, you have a different method. The difference from balloon framing construction here in platform framing is exactly that. Once the first floor is constructed, you will see what appears to be a platform or a stage. This is not for the construction workers to perform or do shows on. This provides exactly that, a platform for them to build the second floor. It easily allows them to walk around and supports the weight of each building. Some of the advantages of platform construction, probably the biggest, is the cost effectiveness. It's not as expensive to build these homes because the studs, floor joists, and beams are not as large. They don't have to carry as heavy loads. Therefore, they're a little bit cheaper, making it easier and more affordable to build these homes. The second advantage is because of the stages or platforms, it kind of provides you a little bit of fire protection. Not a lot because the members are still made of wood, but it's not all one frame. So it might give you some more time to get out of the building instead of it being fully engulfed. That was another Bowtie Breakdown. I'm Garry Morin. Thanks for watching. Hopefully now you know some of the differences between platform framing construction and the old method of balloon framing. See you next week.